Today I'm going to show you guys how to make efficient instant redstone lines. So the basic design for transmitting a redstone signal is just a straight line with repeaters to keep the signal going. So we flick that. It takes about 3 seconds to get to this lamp. It goes out 100 blocks in this direction and then another 100 going back. So it takes about 3 seconds for the signal to travel that distance. If we flick it again, you can see that it also takes 3 seconds to unpower. Now, of course, there are ways to make this faster. If you have, for example, a piston that's extended, it will take 0 seconds to retract, but it'll take a tenth of a second to extend. So if all these are previously extended, it will turn off instantly, but when you turn it back on, it will still take 3 seconds because each piston takes a tenth of a second to extend, but 0 seconds to retract. So it's instantaneous in one direction, but it still takes time to reset. But over here, we have one where it's instantaneous both ways. So we can turn it off instantly and it resets. It automatically turns back on. And if we use a button, you can see instant. It travels over, I think it's 300 blocks instantaneously. Because unlike this design, this one will retract, but then right after retracting, this blue circuit here will automatically reset. And since all of these pistons activate simultaneously, all of these blue circuits activate simultaneously, which means each of these pistons will reset at the same time, locking them all in place. So that's why we can do that. And if we use the lever, we can see instant, but then it resets automatically without us having to do anything. Button. So it's pretty simple, and I'm going to show you how to build this now, a very simplified version of it. To start off, you want to have your input block, whether that's a button or a lever, and you're going to go out here, preferably a redstone torch right there. It would definitely make it better. And then you want to decide how long you want this thing to be. So just extend this line of blocks out as far as you want. Doesn't really matter. There are modifications you can make that will make it work no matter what the distance is. So let's just quickly extend this all the way. Not too long, and then maybe a lamp right there just to activate. And see, this will deactivate that. So now you want to bring this out until the signal runs out. So right there, place a block where that one is, and then break those 2 blocks and put a piston right there. The block, break the block underneath that block and put a redstone torch. Then we can bring this signal out. Once again, it stops right there, so place the block where it stops and break those 2 blocks underneath. The piston, block on its face, break the block underneath, redstone torch, and then continue this redstone signal. Right here is where it stops, so both those blocks, piston, block, torch, and continue the signal until it runs out of power. Right here is where it stops, 2 blocks, sticky piston, break the block, not that one, break that one, and then there we go. So you can see that's that. Then it's not instantaneous to to reset, so we're not quite done yet. Now, you don't have to use a different color of building material, but you can. And what you want to do here is take the output from this, run it into a redstone torch, which will power a repeater that is at 4 ticks. And here, another repeater at 1 tick. And actually, these repeaters can be at any timing you want, as long as you stay consistent for the whole thing. So if you want to have it, both of them at 1 tick, that would work just the same. That means for each of these modules, they would have to be 1 tick. So I'm just going to do maxed out just so you can see. But you can do it whatever you want. So there, torch. And actually, right over here, I forgot about this. You have a sticky piston with a block on top of it. So, sticky piston, block, repeater, and like that. And then keep doing this for all these modules. I'll just finish this because there's only 2 left. So go like that. With the piston, make sure you stay consistent with your timings. Make sure these are also the same. The timings can be whatever you want. Just make sure it's consistent. Same throughout the whole thing. So I'm doing this just so it's a little easier to see what's happening. That should be everything. You press this button, it will automatically reset. Like so. And you can make this as long as you want. It can be infinitely long, and it will transmit a signal to any destination at any distance instantaneously, which is really quite handy in certain redstone circuits because sometimes the delay can be a problem. And if you're just trying to transmit a signal over a really long distance, this is perfect because now it can be instant.